This is the time of year to be thankful.
But it's also a great time to lend a hand by donating to Metropolitan Ministries.
They are in desperate need of certain food items like turkeys, hams, yams, and stuffing, and canned fruits and vegetables.
You can drop off items at their big tent near downtown Tampa.
Plus, see other ways to help at fox13careforce.com.
Get your day started the right way with Good Day Tampa Bay.
Right now, for cracking down on school zone offenders, the safety measure under consideration that would punish drivers who ignore the speed limit.
Plus, driving dangerously in Northport, police are looking for whoever shut down an intersection and risked public safety.
And golf carts are a popular way to get around Dunedin. Now leaders want to expand their access. Ahead this hour, what's next for the city's golf cart plan? Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the 4 o'clock hour of Good Day Tampa Bay on this Wednesday. I'm Walter Allen.
And I'm Mariah Harrison in for Jen Epstein this morning. Hey, good morning, Dave.
How you guys doing?
What is this rain? What is this coming from the sky?
That wet stuff coming from the sky?
I have no idea. What is it?
It's been so long.
Almost cold, Dave.
Listen, we had 3/10 of an inch of rain. That was it.
Wow.
But it was like, I loved it. How about some more?
Okay.
How about some more? How about some more? We got some showers out here into the Gulf. Some of this is going to make its way on shore. Some of it's not. But really, the next couple of days, our chances for scattered showers continue. Before then, we dry it out for the upcoming weekend. I got temperatures in the 60s and 70s, a lot of lower 70s right now. And we'll go back to the upper 70s to around 80, but solid rain chances again today. So bring those umbrellas. They'll be about 60 to 70%, those rain chances, okay?
All right, Dave, thank you. 4:01 the time today in Hillsborough County. Commissioners will discuss, a proposal that would force drivers to pump the brakes around schools. It involves installing speed cameras. Foster News' Kelly Cowan is following this story for us.
And Kelly, signs and crossing guards really haven't been enough to slow some drivers down.
That's right, but getting one of these tickets in the mail just might be enough to get a speeder's attention. Now, recent studies show that Florida ranks next to last in the country when it comes to school zone safety. So, again, the idea behind this is to just get people's attention and get them to slow down at those critical times.
And hopefully it works. Kelly Cowan reporting for us on this story this morning. Thanks, Kelly.
Tampa police continue to look at ways to make Ybor City safer. TPD's town hall Tuesday was held last night in Ybor. And after a shooting 2 weeks ago on 7th Avenue that left 2 people dead, 16 others hurt, it was time to figure out a solution here. Packed house with residents, workers, Tampa area leaders in attendance. Dozens of people shared their own stories, their concerns, and ideas about how to reduce crime. Some people supported some type of curfew for minors, while others raised concerns about the number of bars and restaurants in such a small area. One ongoing discussion, how late to keep 7th Avenue open before closing it. That's something the police chief says they're actively working on. Recent crime centers around teens and young adults. Deputy Chief Calvin Johnson, who has led a number of programs for kids in the community, says it's going to take a village to keep kids on a positive path.
And sometimes that partnership, when we're dealing with our youth who have so much at their fingertip with these cell phones, they have so much knowledge at their fingertips, but their age and their maturity, they don't know how to deal with it. A lot of these shootings is within, like the chief said, 10 to 15 seconds because somebody has not told their child to take a deep breath when you get upset.
And we'll continue to be here.
Police said they'll take the discussion and information gathered from Tuesday's town hall and they'll put it towards a crime report. Police are expected to present that report to City Council at the beginning of next year. Northport police are working to make sure burnouts and donuts do not happen in their city. That's after a large group blocked off an intersection over the weekend. This is video from Toldeo Blade and Price Boulevards. More than 60 people stopped at the intersection as cars raced. They were drifting. You can see the people around through the smoke. Northport police broke up the gathering. They arrested one man from Cape Coral. They issued 9 tickets, but they say they are working on identifying others from these videos.
These people obviously knew they were breaking the law. You know, we believe a lot of the vehicles involved had either stolen or, you know, license plates that weren't registered.
It was Toledo Blade Boulevard, by the way. They're also working to identify a man seen holding a gun. Northport police say they could have ended very dangerously.
Well, to this now. These days, it's almost impossible to drive through Dunedin without seeing at least one golf cart on the road. It's a popular way to get around, and now the city wants to enhance the user experience for golf cart owners. Fox 13's Jennifer Vagelis breaks down the city's plan.
Okay. Still ahead on Good Day, a high-stakes meeting between President Biden and China's President Xi Jinping.
Yeah, what we can expect ahead of their sit-down today in San Francisco. Plus, evacuation efforts in Iceland are hampered by cracked roads. Why it's set to get worse.
On Dinner Diaz, the perfect pasta bolognese. 2 ways, layering it into lasagna and a sauce for fettuccine.
Today at 1 on Fox 13. You're watching Good Day Tampa Bay.
Welcome back, everybody. 4:12 the time. Excuse me, making headlines across America. A pivotal meeting in San Francisco.
Yeah, President Biden set to meet with Chinese leader Xi Jinping for the first time since the G20 summit in Indonesia last November. The goal to reopen lines of communication between the two rivals. Other issues they are set to discuss are trade, climate change, and military conflicts around the globe. U.S. and China relations are at its lowest level in decades. The meeting also comes on the sidelines of the APEC summit. China's economy is struggling, and U.S. companies want the U.S. to seize the moment. In world news, Iceland is evacuating residents over rising concerns about earthquakes and possible volcanic eruption. New videos shows cracks forming in the roads in the town of Grindavik. That's more than a crack. Officials say there's evidence of corridor of magma now extends under the community. The evacuation comes after the region was shaken by hundreds of small earthquakes every day for over 2 weeks. An earthquake every day for over 2 weeks.
And Dave, you were monitoring this like hundreds.
Well, it was hundreds. It was hundreds a day.
Unbelievable.
It was hundreds. They were very small. They were minor, but yeah, there were hundreds.
Some activity.
Whew. Couldn't imagine.
2 mountain lion cubs were rescued and are now settling into their new California home. They were found after a lion believed to be their mother was killed after being hit by a car. Look how cute they are all. These cubs are now living at the Oakland Zoo. They're being taken care of and treated for minor health issues.
Oh.
Cute now.
Yeah.
Yes.
And say those are the forbidden kittens.
Well, could you imagine you're sitting at home, hundreds of earthquakes, you're like, got to leave the town. There's a volcano underneath your town.
And then you try to leave, and there's a big crack in the road.
And there's a crack in the road, and you can't get out. Wow, I can't imagine.
There it is again. There it is again.
I mean, is it like constantly sitting in a massage chair over there? Like earthquakes are just going all day long?
Far less relaxing.
Yeah, far less relaxing.
But, I mean, ultimately, if this does decide to blow, for lack of a better term, this is going to be a big problem for the city.
Look at the steam.
I mean, it really, really is. I mean, wow. But there are a lot of earthquakes, I mean, a lot of volcanoes in Iceland. People don't realize that. Some are dormant, some are active. This one just happens to be underneath this town. Okay, let's jump into, I'm just happy it rained yesterday. Listen.
A little bit.
We had 3/10 of an inch of rain yesterday. We are well on our way to breaking the drought. You love the enthusiasm and the optimism, right? But we have 2 more days with scattered showers. Today and, of course, tomorrow. And then we're kind of done for a while from there. But, again, 3/10 of an inch of rain is actually a lot on one day in November. But for us, of course, just a drop in the bucket to what we really need. A lot of what you're seeing here is really going to start to kind of fall apart a little bit as it works its way onshore. But in general, later this afternoon as well, we're going to see an area of rain probably developing over Highlands County, DeSoto County, and working its way northeastward. So there's a better rain chance south and east of us later this afternoon. I got 70s. Well, 70 to 73 degrees this morning with a couple of spots in the upper 60s. So it is relatively mild. Our winds are still pretty strong, and it's going to be another windy day again today. We got winds gusting so far east, Clearwater at around 20 miles per hour. But there's a reason for this. So you've got a low pressure system here in the Gulf. This is non-tropical, so don't be concerned about that. There's also high pressure off the mid-Atlantic coast. The combination of those are giving us this very stiff east wind for today. And in general, this low pressure system is going to weaken and transfer its energy to another low, which is going to develop south of us. Watch, you can see that happen. Here's the low. Watch as all of this energy gets transferred to another low here, and then that one runs up the coast and pulls the front through, and things are quiet by Friday afternoon. Okay, so expect some scattered showers again today, especially late today into the evening, Highlands County, areas like that, especially to the south in South Florida. They got the best rain chance overall today. So high temperatures about 78 degrees. It will be cloudy and windy with some scattered showers. Rain chances overall 60% today and tomorrow. Weekend looks great, especially for Sunday.
All right, Dave, thank you. 4:18, the time still ahead. The worst activity for your heart.
Yeah, why sitting? Why sitting may be more harmful than any other activity. Plus, unscrambling confusion about eggs. Why a few servings a week may be beneficial for our heart and our health. That's up next.
In cities and towns all across the Bay Area, count on the power of Sky Tower radar.
Welcome back. In your health headlines this morning, the life expectancy gap between men and women in America is widening, and that's according to a new study.
Men now live on average 6 years less than women. We showed the racing and drifting video. That explains why. Eating a few eggs a week may not be so bad for your heart. That's according to the American Heart Association. Was it deemed bad for her heart?
I didn't know.
Well, it's not as bad, apparently. The group says there is confusion between dietary cholesterol, which is found in foods like eggs, meat, dairy, shellfish, and then bad cholesterol, the waxy substance that can build up in your arteries, restricting blood flow and raising a risk for a stroke and a heart attack. Studies show eggs and shellfish may not raise our bad or LDL cholesterol levels.
What we know now is that eggs are a nutrient powerhouse, right? They're packed with protein, vitamins like vitamin A, D, E, and antioxidants. So they're good for your eyes, they're good for your heart, so do not skip out on eggs.
They're good for your eyes.
They're good for your eyes.
I'd rather eat an egg than a carrot.
I've seen the font on your computer. You need all the eggs you can get. You need to start buying from Costco.
Okay.
The 20-pack of eggs.
I opened up the door for that.
So instead of limiting eggs, researchers suggest focusing on getting a good balance of fruit and vegetables, whole grains, protein, and dairy.
It's only like font size like
76.
21, 27.
How much do you hate how much I pay attention?
Ahead in entertainment, you know what I can read? This prompter, Matthew Perry's co-stars and longtime friends are sharing their tributes to their late friend.
And a rapper is set to release his first album in nearly 2 decades. We have the headlines in Hollywood when we come back.
All the better to see.
Fox 13's Prime Time is sponsored by Optimum Healthcare Medicare Advantage Plans.
Need to know if it'll be a beautiful sunset? Count on the power of Sky Tower radar.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. 4:26 the time. In entertainment news this morning, tributes continue to pour in for the late Matthew Perry.
And Andre 3000 is dropping his first ever solo album this Friday, but it's not a rap album. Fox's Ashley Dvorkin has the latest from Hollywood.
Straight ahead in our next half hour, holiday travels, how TPA is prepping for one of the busiest seasons of the year.
Plus, changing recess in Florida schools. Fox 13's Regina Gonzalez is live with a proposal that's rubbing some parents the wrong way.
Good morning, Mariah and Walter. Yeah, recess wouldn't necessarily be going away, but it could look a lot different. We'll have the latest on what this proposal necessarily means coming up after this break.
In Bradenton and all across Manatee County, count on the power of Sky Tower radar.
You're watching Good Day Tampa Bay.
Welcome back, everybody. 4:30 on this Wednesday. I'm Walter Allen.
And I'm Mariah Harrison. Jen Epstein has the morning off, but let's get over and say good morning to Dave.
Hey, Daver.
Did you guys hear that big sucking sound yesterday afternoon? That was the grass soaking in
Been thirsty.
3/10 of an inch of rain that it hasn't had in the last couple of months. I'm gonna tell you what, it was nice yesterday. Listen, we always need more, but you make a little scratch into it. I like to see that. We got more showers on the way. We are looking at a nice, relatively pleasant start. We got upper 60s, lower 70s, so nothing too chilly out there for you this morning. It's still very windy. It's going to continue to be windy today and tomorrow. Seeing a lot of activity out into the Gulf, and a lot of that's going to weaken a little bit, but we are expecting some showers, especially this afternoon, to develop, mainly south and east, so places like Highlands County, Hardee County, DeSoto County. You folks have the best of the rain chance overall today, so do expect some showers around. Cloudy and windy otherwise, with highs in the upper 70s.
Dave, thank you. Well, if you ask a student their favorite time of the school day, they might say recess. And what's considered a golden hour for the kids is now the subject of some controversy for Florida lawmakers. They're considering changing the rules and even the name to a, quote, brain break.
Fox 13's Regina Gonzalez joining us live with what they're proposing. What is a brain break, per se?
Brain break.
I honestly, I'll explain that in a second, but it just sounds a little interesting, but I will elaborate, I promise. But right now, to kind of backtrack for a second, Florida law currently requires schools provide students who are in kindergarten through 5th grade at least 20 minutes of consecutive and unstructured free playtime. Now, as for this latest proposal, it's actually set to go before a Senate Education Committee this afternoon, so we'll just have to keep you updated. I don't know how kids are going to feel about these brain breaks.
I don't know. We'll have to see, I guess, right? Regina Gonzalez live for us this morning. We'll touch later on. Thanks.
Well, caught on camera, a couple of suspected car burglars speeding through a neighborhood. A near miss for that deputy there, but their attempt at escape, well, didn't end in their favor. This happened early Monday morning in Davenport. Fox 13's Carla Byron talked with deputies about how this could have ended much worse. The judge set Timothy Hoag's bond at $11,500. Rebecca Kuzub remains hospitalized and charges are still pending against her.
Across Florida, a mother is accused of leaving her baby all alone at the beach. Deputies say 4 people found a 1-year-old, tried to keep him warm until help arrived. This happened last Wednesday, just after midnight in Daytona Beach. Police identified the mom as Shamika Mitchell. The little boy's 17-year-old brother was actually the one who frantically called 911 to help find his baby brother.
She took my little brother somewhere. She said it was his dad, and I'm keep telling her to show me proof, but she's not showing me proof.
The baby was taken to the hospital for treatment, but it's unclear how he's doing this morning. His mother is charged with aggravated child abuse and unlawful desertion of a child. A lot of people are preparing to hit the skies for the holidays. Tampa International Airport expects 80,000 passengers passing through will travel through their gates to visit family for Thanksgiving. Just under 900,000 people are expected to travel through TPA between November 16th and the 26th. Passengers being urged to book parking spaces before going to the airport. That'll save you a lot of time driving around before your flight. AAA expects 3 million Floridians will travel more than 50 miles away from home this year. 90% will be traveling by car, but about 210,000 are expected to fly. TPA is ready for what they expect will be their busiest Thanksgiving ever.
Give yourself that extra time and just know the airport, the people that work here, the airlines that want to get you where you want to go, they want to get you on your way. So it's always best to just be kind, but give yourself margin. We can't stress that enough. A little bit of extra time will go a long way to de-stress your experience as you travel this Thanksgiving.
TPA is also asking those using rideshare apps to come in on the blue side to be ready to go to the express pickup lanes to avoid backups and baggage claim.
Ubers and Lyfts on the blue side. Check and check. To this now, Ybor City ringing in the holiday season tonight. It's the 13th annual tree lighting ceremony there. All that fun starts at 6 o'clock. The tree sits at Centro Ybor on 7th Street. The mayor will light it at 7 o'clock. Santa and Mrs. Claus will be there, and families can enjoy free hot cocoa and cookies for the kids, too. And it's all free to attend.
Today in Apollo Beach, the Tico Manatee Viewing Center will open its new observation platform. It stretches out about 150 feet into the canal from the tidal walk. That gives guests an even closer look at the manatees, who often huddle in those warm waters during the colder weather. Center also has a Stingray touch tank, an education center, and a remodeled gift shop. 2 electric golf carts were added this year to transport visitors from the overflow parking lot to the visitor center.
Went for the first time last year. It's very fun.
Isn't it fun?
It's super fun. It's still a little warm for them to be hanging out over there, the manatees.
Yeah.
Okay. Got a little bit longer so you can see the sights. Coming up in business, affording the American dream, the median income of a home buyer in the U.S. this year.
Plus, drinking alcohol on certain flights will cost you more. The airline raising prices ahead of the holidays. And ahead at 5, it's not easy being a working dog. Just ask the friendly pups who didn't make the cut for the government. But all hope is not lost. What's next for them and how you can benefit.
Welcome back. In your business headlines this morning, stock futures are slightly higher. Today, investors will keep an eye on the producer price index for October and earnings reports from major companies. Well, meantime, stocks rallied on Tuesday after fresh data showed inflation cooled off more than expected. The Dow gained 489 points, the Nasdaq added 326, and the S&P picked up 84. And if you're running late for that flight.
Yeah, how much is a cab or an Uber? That 100, 150 bucks?
Yeah.
Right? 120?
210 minutes?
Nope.
No, that $30 is worth my peace of mind for sure. Yeah. Yeah. No?
And the way it
Me staying on the
leases
ground
late
is
for
worth my
flights,
peace of
you
mind.
might need that in a taxi.
But if you're going to the airport, Dave, it's like your pre-flight to your flight.
No,
it's like a warm-up.
I'm okay. I got the flight. That's bad enough. I'm not the best flyer. So we're going to stay on the ground for the taxi.
For as long as you can. Okay.
You guys fly away.
We'll beat you there.
4:46. I'll meet you there in an hour and a half. 76 degrees, 73 degrees, excuse me. I'm sorry, 73 outside this morning. Just watching this area of rain, but I think a lot of this is going to fall apart before it has any impact on the coast, okay? But later this afternoon, we're going to get another round of rain to develop and start to move onshore, especially in our southern counties. So we get upper 60s and lower 70s on this Wednesday morning as you're getting ready to walk out the door. It's a bit complicated what's going on. You got high pressure over the mid-Atlantic giving us an east wind. Counterclockwise from this low giving us an east wind. So a very tight, what we call pressure gradient today. And what that's going to lead to, of course, another windy day around here, and we're going to continue with the cloud cover as well. When I say a complicated pattern, here's what's going to happen. There's a low pressure system in the Gulf. It's just kind of hanging around. Okay, it's non-tropical. It's not going to be anything big. I just wanted you to know that. As it moves to the east, it's going to transfer its energy over here to South Florida. And another low is going to develop over here in South Florida. You see it? This will be by tomorrow morning. This low is going to crank up, and it's going to provide a significant amount of rain for South Florida, really over the next couple of days. They're going to get a lot. Fort Lauderdale, listen to this. Fort Lauderdale has had 100 inches of rain this year. 100. We've had 31. Those folks in South Florida could get another 10 inches of rain. I'm not kidding, from that low as it moves away. So a lot of the energy is going to skip over us and move to South Florida. Don't throw stuff at me. I'm just reporting it. Cloudy and windy, some scattered showers today. Your high temperature around 78 degrees. So staying in the 70s for the next couple of days with some decent rain chances. We'll take it. It's November. The weekend looks great, especially Sunday. Sunday's highs will stay in the 70s.
In sports this morning, everyone assumed it might have been a rocky start to the season for the Bolts without arguably one of the best goaltenders on the planet. But no one anticipated the team struggling to score goals. The Lightning were shut out Saturday against the Canes. Same scene in Missouri last night, taking on St. Louis. I have said it in the newsroom to people in passing. When Andre Vasilevsky comes back, the entire aura, the whole vibe of this team is going to change because they're not going to be worried about who's in net. They're going to be worried about their own game, and it's going to switch, I'm telling you. All right, latest college football playoff standings are out. Georgia, look at that jump at Ohio State. Hey, I'm a Buckeye, but I don't know if I agree with Ohio State being number one. Oh, Georgia ahead of Ohio State after their Ole Miss win in their first spot. Michigan and Florida State rounding out the top 4. Washington, number 5, followed by Oregon, Texas, and Alabama. Mizzou climbs 5 spots to number 9. Louisville and Oregon State up a spot. Penn State drops 2. All right, so ahead, cooking hot dogs, simple enough, right? But one man is taking it to another level. See his way of grilling wieners coming up next.
This is the time of year to be thankful.
But it's also a great time to lend a hand by donating to Metropolitan Ministries.
They're in desperate need for food items like turkeys, hams, yams, and stuffing, and canned fruits and vegetables.
You can drop off items at their big tent near downtown Tampa. Plus, see other ways to help on fox13careforce.com.
Welcome back, everybody. 4:54 at the time. Let's take a look at the top trending stories overnight.
First up, hot dogs are probably the easiest food to make, but one guy is going above and beyond to try to make it fun. Viral video showing a man putting an uncooked hot dog on wheels and taking it for a ride down this elaborate train-like track.
This needs the music of Pee Wee Herman. Dun, 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 dun,
Yeah,
dun,
it reminds me of the
dun,
Oscar
dun, dun,
Mayer
dun,
Wiener
dun, dun.
mobile. The hot dog then flies off and lands on the grill. Perfect landing, stuck the landing. You can see the guy at the end sitting in a chair with a cold one, waiting to enjoy his hot dog and cheering the hot dogs on for landing on the grill. The hot dogs on wheels.
You don't use any of the synonyms for hot dogs. You just stick with the hot dogs.
Looks like a wiener mobile. Okay, the moment a second grade teacher and her students in Indiana will never forget.
I began with our mystery reader for the day.
Now, as we approach this new stage of life, there is no question that I want you as my wife. Now, there is something still missing. Yes, just one thing. And that is a beautiful, radiant cut diamond ring.
Oh, what a surprise! It's Rachel Liebold and her now fiance Austin. He proposed in front of her class during a mystery reader session. We're told he'd been planning the moment for months with the help of the school's principal. The couple hasn't set a date yet. It's pretty early, but they do say they'll be inviting the kiddos.
Yeah, and the kids reacted well. They knew what was going on.
Yeah.
Cute.
I was going to say, I'd be the kid in the back going, what's going on?
What are we doing?
What are we doing? Okay, yeah, let's make some noise. Woohoo!
Everybody's yelling, I'll yell too. Still ahead this morning, the most popular pet names in the U.S.
Find out if your furry friend's name made the list. Coming up next.
You're watching Good Day Tampa Bay.
All right, finally this hour, 4:59. The pet sitting app Rover has released its 11th annual Top Names report, topping the list for dogs. Charlie. I think Aaron Mesmer's dog is named Charlie.
Has a Charlie?
I think they have a Charlie.
I have a family
Golden
dog,
Doodle.
Charlie.
That's a beautiful dog. It surpassed Max for the first time in 11 years. For male cats, Oliver. Luna is #1 for female dogs and cats.
Met a lot of Lunas.
Yeah, the findings also show pet owners are naming their furry friends after celebrities and trends. Is that how Kiki got her name?
If you consider the Lion King movie full of celebrities. Lion King 2, Simba's Pride. She's named after Simba and Nala's daughter.
I seem to miss
We can
that
expand later.
Names inspired by Taylor Swift has soared this year. Swiftie, Evermore, new on the list. The new name Barbie is trending up 23% for cats following the hit movie. So.
You know my pets have Disney names.
Yeah, that's true. I should have known that.
You should have known. That's going to do it for us at 4.
But I don't know if like Keke Palmer was in like one of the movie. I don't know. Good Day at 5 starts now.